Good morning, everybody. We are here back on the PM and the AM show with my co-host Mike Lauer. What's up, Mikey?
What's up, Patrick?
What's going on?
The Phillies ain't winning.
Oh, we're about to get diving in that. You know what, Mike? I'm just trying to be just trying to ease my stress, my blood pressure. I'm just trying to keep it a norm here. But because I see we got my man Al here. Al, good morning, sir.
Gentlemen.
We got our man James Swarzer learning the producing side. We got Papa Joe here. What's up, Papa Joe?
Yeah, man, we got a whole full studio.
Yeah, we got an actual audience,
it's
Mike.
It's good to see our.
We got a live one.
Yeah, good to see our buddy James popping in here this morning.
Yes, and you can usually catch James right there on the Passing
Avenue
show.
Fanatics. Yeah,
every Saturday
did a good
morning.
job yesterday, James.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how he does it dealing with Joe all the time, but he's
Well, you figure you got Dame. I mean, that shows a case of characters on. So, I mean, you got Joe, you got Dame, you got Joe, Dame, and Frank. Yeah, I see. Look.
Yeah. But anyway, Mike, let's talk about these Phils. I mean, this week, just when this team could give you the case of the blue nuts. I'm telling you. Because
I'm sorry, the case of the what?
The blue nuts. Well, I didn't want to be too,
Oh, blue balls was
yeah.
Wait. So blue nuts was okay, but blue balls. It's overstepping the bounds.
All right, if you
know that line in the sand that people have, his is a zigzag. All right, I'm just gonna say that right now. Calling it for what it is.
Yes, but anyway, because I'm telling you, just when you're all in, your shaft is up. Boy, does it come right immediately down.
I don't want to hear about your whatever you just said about it being up, down, around. I don't care. Morning, Mike.
Something. But but Mike, I mean, I don't get it. This week has been bad for the Phils. Bad.
Sanio, what's up, buddy? Pat is wearing his peach flavored.
This doesn't make you feel good.
No, it's hurting my eyes, dude. Like what?
You've heard of a peach cobbler? This is a peach
cobbler. The peach gobbler, right here.
Yeah, I'll tell you. But anyway, let's try to get back to.
Actually, so ladies just started swooning on that one.
And then there goes the train tracks. It goes right off.
Uh-oh. Checking in.
Yes, the home foreman has checked in. But Michael, let's get back to this. Yesterday was not one of the better games for your fighting Phils.
It wasn't bad as. It wasn't good as I should say. The offense stunk yesterday.
Yeah,
Turner. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
He's 1 for 4 yesterday. Schwarber 0 for 4. Castellanos. You want to talk about problems? What has happened to Castellanos since that All-Star break?
Stop, dude! Come on, it's Evan Flows. This guy had this.
Yeah, there's one guy who gets a slide.
Like my eye. If there's one guy,
but that's more of a responsibility, isn't it?
No.
Why not?
Because he's had the team on his back since April.
I understand that.
No, you don't. Because if you understood it, then you would know.
So him being the superstar, you get more pressured.
No,
you got to carry it. You're the pulse of this team,
Pat. It's
Evan superstar. It's baseball.
It's baseball. 62 games. You have Evan Flows. You have peaks and valleys, dude. He's hitting a valley. He'll come back.
Trey Turner.
He's 4 for 40 though.
Hold on. Be man of Trey Turner. The guy's been mediocre at best the whole year. He's had a couple of streaks that were very small though. I get that. JT has been cold at times, but
that's a guy. You want to get on somebody?
Yeah.
That's a dude you get on. Real Muto. You want to get on somebody? You get on Real Muto. You don't get on Castellanos, dude. Not when he carried your team for the first 4 months of the season.
Alice brings up a good point, by the way. Like, this is what seems to happen. It's all the time, too. It's not like just this year or just recently. Rookie pitchers, unseen pitchers are just like
that's
guys that these guys should wallow.
Yeah, they always have trouble with. And also, too, go back and look at the just the history. What's up, Dibes?
What's up, Dyson? My man.
But here's the thing. Like, with the Phillies, go back and take a look. Go back and take a look. Oh, that's my mother-in-law.
Good morning, Terry.
But they always have problems in Cleveland. No matter how good the team is, no matter how they just they do.
No,
go look at their
history.
history.
Have problems when other teams around them are also losing. That's the problem. This is it. Guys. I said this on the show. Matty B had roasted my nuts over a roast.
You're blue ones.
Yeah.
Are they blue or red?
Well, it depends on when you start roasting them.
Okay.
But I said, this is who they are, and it's not going to be fun and simple, guys. It's going to be dramatic and nerve-wracking.
Yeah, like it wasn't a year ago. It's just
right.
It looks like it's following the same path.
Again, like let's
What
talk.
time is the luau, Pat?
He is the pig with the apple in his mouth.
Oh.
It's okay.
And that's like on a Saturday night occurrence.
Yeah, you should see. Never mind. Never
No.
mind.
But
Listen,
no,
can we get this straight back on the track?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're trying. You're the one that took it there. But listen, Wheeler had, I thought, probably his best game yesterday. He looked really, really good. I mean, what did he pitch? 8 innings yesterday?
He gave it eight Ks.
Anytime any pitcher
Allowed one walk.
or even a lineup of pitchers can give you 1 run or less, you're doing good.
Yeah.
This offense should be able to score. I go back to that Braves game when they had the 2, because the 1 game was canceled. They had the 2 games that went like 11 innings, 12 innings before anybody scored. Like, these are games that should never happen. This is things, even with, I don't care if it's Trey Turner, Bryson Stott, whoever you want to be on top of man about, Kyle Schwarber, like, that should never happen. You should be able to get 2 runs.
But like
for Zach Wheeler.
like Roger Ellis said, like they struggle with a rookie pitcher up there. Tanner Bobby had 8 Ks. Like he was having a duel with Wheeler, and he only had really like his 2 good pitch selections was a changeup and a fastball. That's all he was killing the Phillies with it.
If you can control either one, they're hard to hit.
But again, but back to Nick Castellanos, the only problem I'm seeing though, with the difference is he's swinging like this is like the clock has struck midnight. He's swinging at bad pitches.
Pat, it's the ebb and flows of baseball, dude. Nobody's going to stay hot for 300 or
no. But I'm just saying his game has changed.
It hasn't changed.
Yes, it has.
How?
Because he's swinging at bad pitches. First pitches, bad pitches. Outside, he's not taking his pitches. It's not like the couple months before.
Nah. I'm telling you.
Yes, thanks, Joe.
Joe's messaging in, but Pat just has to go, hey, Joe, thanks. Joe's right. Hey,
no, I mean, I disagree with you there. Like, if there's one guy on this team that you can't get on him.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet. I mean, if this continues throughout the month of August, then
yeah.
Then you can turn around and say, all right, now what the hell has he been doing the second half of the year? But this dude carried it.
If it wasn't, I was going to say, if it wasn't for him.
If it wasn't for him, dude, the Phillies would be a lot further back than what they are.
We'd be pretty much out of it.
I get it. I mean, look, I totally get it. And that's another thing, too. Schwarber, Al, you mentioned about Schwarber and Turner. Like, that's like become like a 1-2 out automatically. It kind of puts you in a hole already.
Listen, it is, and it's not going to move. Or they're not going to change it.
They're not going to change it, but you know what?
Because I think they think it'll be worse.
Well,
could you do with worse?
I mean, couldn't you just start Bohm and start your 1-2 punch since they get your most production?
You would think, but also
Stott's hitting at over 300.
Agreed, but at the same time, adjustments to them will also mean adjustments for those guys who are already doing well. And if you might screw up both things. It's a balancing act. Like, it's not just easy. Like, all right, well, this guy starts batting well. I could stick him anywhere in a lineup, but he might bat just as well. Kyle Schwarber has proved that that's not always true.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are professional hitters. I think they're going to right the ship. Schwarber is what he is. I mean, you guys, a career 230 hitter. He's there to knock in runs. That's what he's going to do out of that leadoff spot, regardless whether me and you like it or not.
Right.
That's what he's going to do. I think Turner's still going to turn it around.
Like you said,
I mean, it might. He
might be a late bloomer. It might
be just that
Castellanos, like he was a year
and they
ago.
said there's a difference getting your family settled in, worrying about that, trying to impress the fans and do what he did. Repeat what he did in other years. But it's just
that excuse can only go so far because you look good in the World Baseball Classic.
Exactly. I keep telling people this. I didn't get as I got excited.
You called it.
You
called it in the beginning.
But the reason is you have to think about this. Not every guy in the World Baseball Classic is Major League Baseball.
Talent. It's just guys playing for,
especially for other, like a lot of the Americans. Yes. The Mexican team, yes, there's a good amount of them there.
Dominican
maybe, but Japan,
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, but other teams, things like that, and even Puerto Rico, like there's a big drop off from their top guy to the next guy. Like, top guy might be just Major League talent, the other guys might not even sniff the majors. You know what I mean? So that's why you can look good sometimes against them, because it's
Yeah.
No matter what, he did well, and you can't take that away from him. What I'm looking at right here at the wild card standings, this is what should annoy you. Okay,
Mhm.
this is typical Phillies. It's like everybody's on the same page. All right, but not the right page. You've had an opportunity over the last week to really gain ground. Like if they won out
Yeah.
the last 4 games, 5 games, they would probably either be number one wild card or damn close to it.
Yeah.
And because look at Arizona's on a 3-game losing streak. They're 3-7 in their last 10 games. San Fran is on a 4-game losing streak.
They're about to get swept by the Nationals.
They're 6-4 in their last 10. Cincinnati, they're on a winning streak, but that's moved them up. Okay, but they're still 4-6 in their last 10 games. They lost 6 before this 4-game winning streak.
I went for
The Phillies are 4-6 and lost 4. Like that's my point.
And not just that.
Miami's on an 8-game losing
that's
streak.
right.
We have had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity,
And that's
and this is the Cardiac Kids who scores that had it nailed right on the head. This is what's going to happen. Because what's going to happen is they're going to go on a 5-game winning streak. I'm calling it now. Phillies, 5-game winning streak starting today. But the other teams will too. And this is what's going to happen.
it's more, again, your blood pressure goes up only from here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I said, it just drives me wild because, like you said, Al, there was a lot of games to be won here, and we didn't. We're stuck here. We are stuck. And so, I mean, I don't know what this team is, and I don't know if this team will make it to the postseason because, like you said, you're competing with a Reds team that's really, really decent.
Oh, here we go. Get a dog.
What, Mike? I
Get a
mean,
dog.
you think
Get a
last
dog.
year is going to
Get a dog. Get a dog.
Yeah.
Get a dog.
Ruff, ruff.
Yeah, go get one. Because I swear, you should have springs on the bottom of your legs. As much as you hop on, hop off, oh, they're not going to do. Dude, shut up and enjoy the ride. Enjoy
What ride?
the ride that this
The roller
team is
coaster?
on. Listen, will they make the playoffs? I don't know, but enjoy it. They're there. They're in
Why
contention.
would I enjoy
You
pain?
could be a Mets fan right now. How would you like to be a
Well,
Mets fan
You
right
throw
now?
a blue hat on him, he's got the colors going.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Just saying.
I mean, I'm just taking them for instance, or a Nats fan. How about a Pirates fan? Look how well they started and how
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. I called that one too, by the way. I said, let's talk after the All-Star break. There's a team that fell out of, I mean, I don't know what's worse. A team that just keeps hanging around and doesn't like gain ground where they're supposed to, or Tampa Bay, who is at one time had the best record in baseball.
And they did when the Phillies played them.
Yeah.
They had the best record when the Phillies swept them. After that,
I mean, I still take 61 and 41. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not making fun of it, but like that team has, well, they're 4-6. They I looked at their 10-game winning streak for like the first 3 months. They were never more than 8-2 through April, March, end of March, beginning of April, and May in 10 games. Couldn't find a spot where you can get anything less.
But I'm just saying, like, enjoy the ride, man. Like, you're ready to hop off. Oh, this team's not. How do you know?
Because this is playoff time.
No, it's not playoff
Yes,
time.
it is.
No, this is regular season. Pat, playoff time.
For the Phillies, it's the playoffs right
No,
now.
it's not.
Yes,
It's
it
in your
is.
mind. It's the playoff time.
It is, though.
No, it's not. It's not.
How isn't it?
Did you see their schedule in the month of September?
It's a tight race.
It's the National League. Everybody's bunched up.
No, not everyone's clogged up.
They're not.
No.
Everybody is clogged up, dude. In the wild card standings, yes, they are.
There's only
So
three
listen,
teams.
I told you this. The difference between last year and this year is going to be there's going to be a knockout punch, and it's going to come down to the last 3 games of the season for every team in this wild card race as it is. I mean,
and this is what you wanted.
Somebody's going to drop off.
Yeah, this is what you want. And guess what? If they don't, then we can criticize them. But until then, dude, enjoy the ride. You want a team that's in contention. You have a team that's in contention, and you're bitching about, oh my God, what are we going to do? This guy, dude, enjoy
because
it.
this was a team that's coming off a World Series run. This is supposed to
Dude, they got hot at the right time.
They're a fluke.
No, they're not a fluke.
Yes.
No, they're not a fluke. They knocked the best team in
He's hurt.
baseball out
He's hurt.
last year.
He's hurt.
Yeah.
That's-
Who hurt you? Point to me. Tell me what they did to you. Because, oh my God. Where's the point on the Rocky doll where he hit you?
Or when he touched me.
Yeah, where he touched you. Because, oh man.
He didn't touch me here, and that's where I wanted it the most.
I'll tell you, like, you would, I love you, Pat, but you know what?
What?
I grew up with teams that were eliminated by June. You know what I mean? I knew what it was like going to the vet. paying $5, and you're lucky if you had 9,000 people in a 60,000.
I'm just saying they should be competing with the Mets. I mean, the Braves for the.
Oh, stop,
division.
dude! The Braves are on another level.
But you're coming. Yes,
level.
but you're coming from a World Series run. You should be competing with them for this division, and you're fighting for the last wild card spot. That's what I'm just saying.
Okay,
and the pitching's been very inconsistent.
But again, we don't have the farm system that the Braves have. The Braves have a farm system where they can plug and play. There's a very few teams in baseball that have that. The Braves are one. The Dodgers are another one.
St. Louis used to be one too.
St. Louis too. Yeah, I mean, you had those guys literally. Yeah, I mean, look at St. Louis. They won the division last year. They're in last place right now. So, dude, that happens. It happens. All I'm saying is, we have meaningful baseball going on. Enjoy it. I'd rather have meaningful baseball go all the way to take me to football season.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's some concerns that need to be addressed. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, that's the one.
I'm addressing them now, and you're looking at me like I'm a doctor.
No. You're off the deep end like you normally do, and I got to reel you back in.
This is like operation. I tell you, there's a problem with the knee. You said no. There's a problem with the cheeks. And you know what I mean. So I mean, I'm always trying to work something. You know what I mean?
Somebody just need to go every time he talks, though.
You need a buzzer button now.
I'll have to install that.
Yes, you will. Every time I just give you the nod.
We do
a shocker.
We get one of those dog collars for him. I can hit the button every time he gets settled.
I might enjoy it, but but that's what I'm saying. Like again, Nick Castellanos pretty much going 4 for 40. That doesn't alarm you?
Again, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
So just allow it.
Listen,
dude, Ted Williams was one of the best hitters in baseball, dude. Guess what? 3 out of 10 times you're considered a decent hitter.
Yeah, if you hit 30% of the time, you have a career. You have a career year.
Okay, I mean, Jesus, come on, Pat.
I talked about he's on a bad streak right now. I did the fight on Friday, and I said in the last 10 games he's batting like a 145. It is what it is. I'm not saying it's acceptable, but at the same time, I'm not going to roast some dude because he's having a bad moment. Guys are going to have bad moments. Unfortunately, the entire team is streaking in the wrong direction at the wrong time.
I mean, we can't get mad at them. I mean, you were in here kind of thumping your chest in June and July when they were running,
I was, again, it was
those 30 games when what did they end up with a record?
I was purposely walking in there with no underwear. Yeah, I understand. But look, man, I gotta.
Yeah, I just got to the gobbler line. You're so lucky.
A lot of men have said that in their life. Sorry.
But if we were on the air, we're thrown off now.
That FCC's coming. But look, listen, Nola's on the mound today.
Do you think he gets the stop? I mean, I'm not mad at the pitching. I'm really not. I was who I was disappointed in? I was a little disappointed in Ranger. I think Ranger's kind of taking a step back a little bit. He, out of all the starters right now, because listen, Sanchez is giving you quality innings. And he's not giving up a ton of runs. Sanchez is giving up like 2-3 runs a game. Like, I just feel like it's kind of like how Noah was a few years ago, where they just didn't give him no run support.
And that's like again, it's kind of been like the problem with the team. Like when the start pitching been fine, there's been no run support. And like I said, we'll see what he can do today.
I like Noah today. I mean, listen, again, Cleveland's a place Phillies really don't have a good record going there since.
Actually, this is the last team to face them since they changed their name.
Yeah,
the Phillies, the only team in Major League Baseball that they have not played as the Guardians until this week.
Well, like I said, hopefully, I mean, like I said, that kid too, Jose Ramirez, he's been a thumper.
But this is Philly though. I mean, that's my point. Also, like these young guys, every time a guy comes, oh yeah, well, he was pitching okay in the minors. Yeah, this is his first time coming up here, and the Phillies make him look like freaking Cy Young.
Yeah, now the next game he'll look like he pitched bat practice.
Yeah,
Well, like I said, we'll see what happens again.
Do you like the Phils today?
I like the Phils. Do you guys think?
I don't think you like them at all.
I was surprised.
No, I mean, look, I'm hoping that the nose bleeding will stop. Like Al says, 5 losses. You know what that equals to? 5 wins. So hopefully that something it'll be.
I'll tell you what,
telling
they got tests coming in with the Orioles.
Well, that's what I'm calling it, and people are calling me nuts for saying this, but I'm like, this is what will happen.
Well, no,
They should have beat the Guardians. They should have beat they should have beat the Brewers. But the Orioles are going to come to town, who are probably going to be one of the top teams contesting for
and
that
it's
AL spot, and it's
the Orioles literally got the Yankees right after that.
Speaking of the
So-
pitching, I saw the Phillies were interested on the trade block. Now these are rumors being thrown around. Looking at some arms that are possibly going to be on the trade block. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Lucas Gallo from the White Sox. Giglio from the White Sox.
Giglio.
Eduardo Rodriguez. I believe he's part of the White Sox as well. No, Dallin Keys is part of the White Sox. So you have
Dylan Cease, yeah.
Down seats. You have Alex Diaz from the Reds, who I think they want to let go, but I'm not too sure because of the money contract. So I don't know if they want to keep him.
I'll tell you one thing that is really this whole, and not just the Phillies, but everybody else losing around them in the National League that's going to blow, is because you're giving guys like San Diego and other teams that are a couple spots below us
time
chance. Like feel like, because Miami might have, like, if they kept losing but the other teams around them were winning, they might be like, all right, now we're sellers. San Diego might have been sellers. This whole Juan Soto conversation everybody's having. Well, we're losing and they're only a couple games behind us now. They're in a wild card shot, so maybe they're like, maybe we'll just ride this wave and see if we can get back into it.
I like to see, 2 names that I've heard related to the Phillies was Arenado, Nolan Arenado, and Max Scherzer.
Max Scherzer, man,
dude, I would take him.
I would too, but it's also like one of those guys I've hated for so long.
Doesn't matter. Like I would take him because he's money.
I said the same thing about Harper too, and guess what? I got pretty much all the Harper merchandise, and the same thing if Crosby was ever walked through the doors here.
And like I was saying, like that's like teams like San Diego sticking around. It's going to make trips like this much more exciting at phillysportstrips.com, because the ultimate trip to San Diego is coming out. Even if they sucked, guys, like, it's worth going out. If both teams are out of the playoffs, it's still worth going out to San Diego. Beautiful town. Go to Petco Park, September 2nd to the 6th, with Philly Sports Trips. Sign up now. That's the next trip coming up that you can jump on, because the other ones are sold out, because you guys waited just a little too long. Go to phillysportstrips.com or start signing up now for all the away trips for all the Eagles, because you will, trust me, not want to miss out on any of these great times at phillysportstrips.com.
Dude, if you take that trip too, Pat, you got to go. In-N-Out Burger, man.
Oh, I would love
Have you been there?
In-N-Out.
I actually tried it when I went out to LA in 2017. It is good. It is good. For all the hype that's around it.
I don't know. Is it better than Five Guys now?
Yeah, I liked it better than Five Guys.
Really, I did. I thought they were about the same. Like, don't get twisted though, because I literally went when we were in Vegas, 2021, I think, or 2020, when we went. We literally, no, we went in 2020, like right after everything opened, right after everything reopened.
Yeah, but I think you're thinking of the 2021 season, right? Not the 2020.
No. Me and Jay went out. Me and the wife went out.
The Eagles were out.
No.
Oh, okay.
We just went out there on our own, and we're talking real quick about In-N-Out. Like, I literally grabbed before we flew home. Literally, we stayed right where the Link Promenade is, and there's one right there. Like, we literally grabbed 4 burgers for the flight home.
They are good.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
we got to get Pat one.
Oh, I would love to put one of those big piece of meat in my mouth. But
In-N-Out.
It could be pleasurable or painful, but at least it'll be in and out. But listen, all right.
I think he just wrote a jingle.
I think his wife just had PTSD.
So looking at this, Eduardo Rodriguez, left-handed pitcher from the Tigers. He had an injured finger. So again, his contract though is like the remaining 3 years of $49 million.
Do you want another Tigers pitcher?
Listen, with this inconsistency pitching.
Listen, there's a couple teams out there that you knew they were going to be out of it, most likely, pretty early on. That I go back to what I was saying. I don't want a 5th starting pitcher. I want a 2 or 3. Worst case 3B, okay? Not even a 4. because the fifth pitcher is useless to us at this point. Sanchez is doing a quality job being a fifth pitcher. In my eyes, if a fifth pitcher gives you 3 runs or less support, he's doing his job. And right now, Sanchez has been doing that. I am not going out and spending that kind of money on a fifth pitcher because guess what? It comes playoff time. They are useless. Absolutely, positively useless, right? I mean, they are. You don't go, you go 4-man rotation. So
Right.
then, yeah, if you feel like there's a chance and you feel like you're going to make a splash, go for Max Scherzer. It should not cost you as much because he's on his last bit of this contract.
And the Mets are out of it. We
Yeah.
can probably send them a couple low level picks, and they'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote an article on Blake Snell. Where this article becomes a little less important because what I just said,
Right.
because we keep losing and the teams around us are losing,
And
giving San Diego a little life.
Yeah, starting to gain
But
some ground.
Blake Snell would be a good one because if there's a team that's losing, take the Mets, just not too
And that's
different.
Harper
A
Toy.
huge payroll.
Right.
And it would be good for them to unload some of that payroll and try to, build to next year.
Right. So again, like they said this. Look, I'm looking at this Dylan Cease.
Dylan Cease is a good
Dylan Cease
pitcher.
is a right-hand pitcher. Again, he has a little bit of a slow start, but again, he was a runner-up last year for a Cy Young in the AL. So, I mean, I would looking to buy stock on that. Again, if you're looking to build, I mean, like I said, we all agree we don't have to worry about the bullpen, but if you're that in a desperate need to make and certify that last wild card spot or trying to make it into a run, I would consider going out for an arm. But like you said, Al, on postseason time, you're going to be cutting a lot of that out.
And Mike brings up something here. He said I would go after Scherzer, but that means trading with the cockroach Mets and giving them whatever prospects.
Yeah, but you're not going to give up.
And prospects.
It's not even the point. It's unfortunately when you're interdivisional, it's going to cost you a little bit more than another team.
Well, I mean, we kind of got over on the Mets on some trades. So,
well, and in other news too, guys, one former Philly will be going into the Hall of Fame today. Scott Rowland gets the call to the Hall. He spent his time here from 96 to 01. 98 was his best year. He had 110 RBIs, 174 hits. Guys, what's your take on Scott Rowland? And I'll go to you first, Mike.
Scott Rowland was a good player here.
Didn't want to be here. That was my thing with him.
Well, the reason he didn't want to be here is because he knew our former management. You got to remember too. This was before John Middleton took over. It was still the Giles and the Carpenters or not Carpenters. The other 4 families that owned the Phillies that never wanted to pay and have a winning team. So I never really got mad about Scott Rowland wanting to leave. Because at the time the Phillies were you know what they were. I mean, they were going out instead of going out and getting quality young arms and good players. They were going out signing guys like Rex Hudlin. Remember him?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
you have PTSD now, Pat?
I mean, so I don't blame Scott for one thing. And you know what? When he left, he did go to baseball heaven because St. Louis was in the playoffs every year. So, I mean, I would have said the same thing. And I'm a native Philadelphian. And I'm sorry, but those Phillies teams back then, they sucked.
They did.
Right.
And you're not wrong.
And they were horrible.
It just, to me, I don't know. He just never seemed like a guy who accepted his role here. He was like begrudgingly a Philly.
Yeah. I don't think he was begrudgingly because if you remember the whole J.D. Drew incident, he called out J.D. Drew for not coming here.
I'm trying to actually, I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, he called out J.D. Drew. He was like, they asked him, he was like, J.D., you should just sign and come here. He got drafted. He goes, I got drafted by the Phillies. I came here. He goes, let's turn this team around. He was trying to get J.D. Drew to come here, and J.D. Drew ultimately decided. And it was funny, too, because he ended up going to the Cardinals.
Right. So, poo-poo for the team he was going to be at anyway.
Man, how about that? Thank God for unanswered prayers, right? All these people that were yelling about J.D. Drew, he had such a lackluster career.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
Well, and that J.D. Drew situation is the thing that bothers me about sports sometimes. How guys can control.
Yeah, where they go.
Yeah.
No. So, Al, what's your take with the third baseman Scott Rowland getting the call to the Hall?
Listen, he is very good. It was a very good. Like I think he was a little underappreciated from a defensive standpoint.
I had a great club.
People they always didn't. He thought this is bad. He's a big boy with a big bat and swinging around like they and that's what he was known for. like I said, I think people like me kind of tend to remember where it seemed even like what you said, like he called JD Drew out, but when he said like, listen, if I have to sit here and chew this crud, you should come here too. But like, I think he deserves it. I really do. I mean, I don't think he doesn't deserve. I know a lot of people are kind of on the fence. I was on the fence when he first got it, but I think he does deserve.
I mean, he's got
Call
the
the Hall.
numbers. He's got the numbers.
He's got the numbers, and let's call Baseball Hall of Fame for what it is. There's a couple guys in there at least that should not be in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like I this whole lifetime, I could do a whole discussion on Pete Rose. I think he should be in. I don't care what he did outside.
You know what? Normally, I would agree with you, Mike, but after what I heard,
I don't care what he did outside of baseball. I'm talking. This is numbers.
Yeah, but there's certain. Remember, to me, there's certain things that you represent MLB if you're in their Hall of Fame. Listen, it has nothing to do with the gambling.
No, I know.
It has nothing to do with that.
I know what thing you're talking about.
But
again,
draw the line
listen, you got known racists and bigots and murderers that are in that Hall of Fame, and that's all one person.
Yeah,
that's one person,
and I agree they shouldn't be in there.
They shouldn't be, but they're in. Like this isn't
so
about
take them out,
right? But to me, I feel like it's a popularity contest.
Oh,
when it comes,
listen, it
with
is
that,
with the
like,
writers especially.
Yeah, like
the media.
I think he's paid his sentence. Like it's been almost 40 years.
Listen, I told you, if it's just a gambling thing, I think it was BS to begin with. I think he should have been there based on that. But I mean, the man keeps showing his true colors, and I'm sorry, when you represent, especially the Phillies, and you represent the Hall of Fame, those are where I draw the line. I understand it's all about the numbers. And I'm usually
that's all I'm saying.
I'm usually about the numbers guy. It shouldn't be like, oh, that guy did a good interview with me, so I'm going to vote for him. No, it shouldn't be that way. But if you talk about murderer, racist, bigot,
and that was one person.
Yeah, and listen, he told all tell story about how he had underage girls procured for him. You know, and those things. And if somebody's in there and it's come out to be factual, they should kick them out. I'm not saying you should put somebody in. Oh, this guy got through, so we might as well let this guy get through. Now, it's not like it's thinking that the TSA did that. Well, we let the one guy with the gun get through. Let's just stop. Turn the metal detectors off. And just let it be. Like no.
So
I got you.
Take them out.
Well, go ahead, Pat.
No.
I want to hear your feelings on this.
Because I don't get into the outside the field. I just kind of like
no. I'm talking about rolling. We kind of like went down the road here, but
no, I mean, like I said, I'm going based off his numbers. I mean, he does got some good numbers. So I mean, I'm just looking at for the number standpoint. And again, like I said, 98 was his best year, 174 hits. Where's my paper I had on him? I kind of lost it. So
why is it just a menu to the restaurant I went to last night?
Yeah, well, hello, I'm Andy Reid over here. But again, 174 hits, 110 RBIs in 98. I mean, they say he has some good numbers. So I mean, if he's going to get the nod, I mean, good. I mean, yeah,
he's not getting it.
He's got it. He's
got it.
Yeah, he's got it. He's going to be inducted today at 1:00. So
do you think he sends a message to Philly because he knows he's not like here?
Well, we'll see what
happens. Dude, they're putting him in the Wall of Fame this year, and everybody's just like, yeah. And
one of the most beloved Phillies. I mean, that's where he made his let's bury the hatchet speech and Mr. Michael Jack Schmidt.
Yeah. So, like I said, we'll see what happens. But you want to talk about comments? Let's talk at some comments, and we're going to transition. Now, I went on Twitter. I went on Facebook. I wrote up, when our center here, our beloved center, went out and made the comments of, I want to win a championship, whether here or somewhere else. I didn't like it. And I got to be honest. So I went out there and I said, trade him now. Because to me, and I caught a lot of grief for this. I caught grief from a couple of guys, some people on Facebook. I even caught grief from my own man, Gus. And you can catch him Tuesdays talking soccer here on Edge of Philly Sports. But yeah, it got a little grief here. And look, when the man said, I want to win a championship here or somewhere else, I want to win it. So he's already telling you, he's already given a window on Philly. And he's like, whether it be here or Philly. So to me, he's looking to get out. And again, he's probably still in contact with Jimmy Butler. Maybe there's something big. There's playing in South Beach. Again, he sees that Jimmy's constantly getting the Eastern Conference Finals. He might say, "Well, I feel like I can help him get over that hump." So, and if Joker is going to be this stop, the roadblock for Jimmy Butler to get over that hump, well, Joel Embiid feels like he's got his number. So, but yeah, that's the way I look at things. I think it's time to move on from. And I get people like, "Oh, well, you're going to suck it. You're going to." Who cares? I mean, you're going to get a whole back for him. You can bring, and again, he's a good regular season player. Playoff time, where was he at in Game 7? I mean, Mike, did you see him on the court? I didn't. I mean, I didn't see him around. I didn't see him or James Harden. So, and everyone gets excited about the whole Nick Nurse thing. And, I'm sorry. I mean, I like Nick Nurse, but to me, show me where's Nick Nurse going to be a big difference from Doc. And he probably is going to have some Doc, but I hear he's going to be this kick in the pants kind of a coach. I've seen those kind of guys, and their message only goes so far. Within 2 years, their message gets turned off, and then they're out of a job. So, that's the way I take it as far as with some of the players. And again, going back to Joel Embiid, he purposely, and I wrote it down as he said. When I got his quote here with him and Mavic Carter, he said, "Joe," he said, want to play here, or I'm looking for, player, I'm paraphrasing it. He wants to win a championship here, or he's like, I don't know if it's going to be here or Philly." He goes, "But it's not just a couple players. I need a team. Like he needs a whole full support system for him to win a championship."
Oh, that's obvious.
Yeah, but again, you got to do your part. I mean, you got a supporting role. I mean, get it? Yeah, you need a supporting cast. You need a whole, thing of it. But again, you have to do your part. And you're MVP caliber player, and now you're already thinking about. I would like to know what it's like to have a championship, whether it be here in Philly. So, Mike, I'll take it too. I mean, am I crazy? I mean, it's Gus. I mean, he kind of cracked open the paint can a little bit.
Oh, I've been Gus called me crazy too.
Yeah.
So don't feel bad. So you're joining good company because Gus was sitting right where Joe is, and he turned around and told me I was nuts a year ago when I said, or back in February when I said trade him.
Mm-hmm.
So you already know where I stand with the
Mhm.
whole Embiid thing, and I gave my reasons why. I gave my reasons to you guys.
Yeah.
I gave my reasons to Frank Finnegan. When Frank asked me, I gave my, Joey, all the guys over on Patterson Avenue when I filled in over there. I gave them my reasons why I want to get rid of Embiid. You're not going to win with him. Why? He's too much of a me player. Okay. He's the reigning MVP. This is what kills me with some Sixers fans. Okay. And some Philadelphia fans. Oh, he's a 7-foot center who's going to be 30. You're not going to get nothing for him. He's the reigning MVP. The hell you ain't going to
You
get something
get
for him.
something for him. That's without a doubt.
You know what I mean? The thing is, if you're the Sixers, are you willing to take the hit? Like that's it.
Well, you have to look which road you want to go. Are you going to go down rebuild road, or are you going to go down
You can trade and beat and retool.
rebuild/retool, or are you going to go all chips in, run
Well,
the Embiid
listen,
trade
it's
out?
insanity. It's like, okay, there's a nail right here, right in this wall. I'm going to bang my head against it and see how long. My head's not going to bleed. And then your head starts bleeding. You're like, oh, okay. And then when it heals up, you go right back over to the same nail again and do the same thing. Ain't that what they're doing? They're trying to run it back. They're not good enough to get out of the second round.
Listen, Mike, and you
They're not good enough. I don't care who they go out and get. They're strapped financially. Like they're you want to talk about somebody who's now kind of purgatory? The Sixers are like purgatory right now with the NBA.
like you tanked and you did all this, and I get we all saw the move, we all were all in for it.
No, they drafted the wrong people, man. Like, let's keep it a bean. They drafted some of the wrong Tyrese. They got Maxey and Embiid out of those years of being bad.
Right, and everyone thought that Ben Simmons' game was eventually going to elevate, and it never did. It was just the same.
Well, listen, he wasn't the only. Like, the Sixers weren't the only team who thought that. So I mean, it just so happens they got married. It didn't work. They divorced.
Right.
But
and the Sixers are paying the outlay for it. But look, again, this Sixers team,
and you know what? And Embiid likes. I feel like Embiid likes to have attention.
Oh yeah,
because he says things that, like, this is the immature part of him. Like, he's 30 and he's still acting like a kid. Like,
he's got 10 years in already.
Yeah, he's got to grow up a little bit, man.
And again, he's
Well,
let me
real
like
quick,
yesterday. He
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll remind you guys that this segment is brought to you by Sherry'sTickets.com. Go to Sherry'sTickets.com and save 10% by using that great promo code
EOP10.
EOP10. That's correct. Sports, concerts, theaters, you name it. No matter where you're at, you go to Sherry'sTickets.com. You will not have any hidden fees. You will save 10% off by using EOP10. So go now. Don't wait. Sherry'sTickets.com. There you go.
Thank you, Al.
The hardest working guy in radio.
I'll tell you, man, he does it all. So again, Embiid,
And boy, is my ass tired.
oh, physically and mentally. But
I don't even know where to go.
Here goes a couple more sips.
You better start Irishing up that coffee at this rate.
Oh, you don't want that.
So anyway, again, Embiid's comments, like I said, with Maverick.
So
Carter.
are you really chapped? Like, is your
Yeah,
buns,
I
are
mean-
you buns chapped about his comment?
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, there was again, you knew this was going to
We
leak
need a
out.
butt cheek sized chapstick for this guy today.
I'm just saying, man. Yeah, I mean, between the Phillies and now Embiid's comments, like you're going to need a 55-gallon drum.
Can I interject on the Embiid
Oh,
thing real quick?
Yeah, I'd love to hear from you.
First part, I told you guys, this was a message. Not that I want out of here. I don't think that was the message. Yes, he is very immature. Yes, he likes being the center of attention. And this whole James Harden thing, I think a couple of things was. But that being said, he knew he was going to get people's attention, and his intentions were, I don't want to go through a bridge season, as they were calling it. I want to contend this year. Get this James Harden situation fixed. I'm not saying like keep James, don't keep James. Just get it fixed. Get somebody in here who can work with me. I told you guys this before. I said this could be very much his last year before he asked for a trade, because, like you said, he's 30. He don't have bridge years left in his life.
No, and like I said, I was listening to the Party on Broad, and like they were talking about, like they don't think Harden's going anywhere. They think he's going to stay here, and
I think he has to.
Right.
Nobody wants him.
Right.
Who wants Harden?
He's finding out. Listen, why do you think he opted into that contract? Because all these teams wanted him? No.
Right.
He was trying to help the Sixers out.
Dude, he looked around and the teams that he thought were in on him, they were just like,
This is why.
Right, like
this is why he's being all pouty faced, Harden.
Yeah,
not Embiid.
Right.
This is why he's being all pouty faced, because he thinks he's valued more. And Daryl Morey, kind of have to give him a little credit, and I look at it because he did it with Ben Simmons. He could have just pushed the panic button and traded him from a bag of balls or whatever it was. But he ended up, listen, for what it's worth, no matter what you think about James Harden today, James Harden was one of the best players in basketball, and he was able to turn a guy who didn't want to play a lick of basketball here and turn him into James Harden. So, unfortunately, the James Harden experiment did not really go off as we would hope it would have.
No, I mean, like I said, again, he led the league in assists, but I mean, like with him, it's like the teams that are contending don't want him, and the teams are bottom feeders are looking to rebuild to get better for the next coming years.
They don't want him either.
And they don't want him either.
Yeah,
and they don't want to
like
put him a buttload either.
Don't want him.
Don't want him. I mean, he really has nowhere to go other than the Delaware Blue
here's
coach.
the problem. Here's the problem. He wants to be the man, paid like the man, but nobody wants him to be the man.
Right.
They want him to be a point guard. They want him to be a role player or a facilitator of sorts. He's not
a second option.
He I mean, give the guy credit where credit's due, and he did have a couple big games that kept us in the playoffs during this year. But at the same time, just like we've been talking about Joel Embiid, we're talking about James Harden, we all knew this coming into it. This is a guy who kind of at times can disappear in big moments. So why would somebody pay big moment money to somebody, especially not that James is old, but he's at the older end on the wrong side of 30, the James Harden type money that he wants. If somebody was willing to give him 3 to 4 years plus $40 plus million a year each year, you don't think he would have opted out of this contract and signed that and been on his way?
But just like you go to your general grocery store, right? And you run to a stranger, like, and they go, "Hey, yeah, what's your take on all the four major sport teams in Philadelphia?"
Mhm.
And you feel good about talking about the Birds, you feel good talking about the Phils, and
Not
then
you.
yeah, well,
I guess they're asking me,
yeah,
not you.
yeah, but I mean,
I need another one.
when you talk about the Flyers, you're like, okay, they got direction. I'm feeling good. But when it comes to talking about the Sixers now, it's like,
No, listen,
what I mean? You're like,
Pat, listen, I really do. I think the Flyers are going to overtake the Sixers. Like, you see how the Flyers fell into that fourth, were kind of low and nobody was talking about them.
right,
I think the Flyers are going to overtake them. I think they're going to overtake the Sixers. Like the Sixers are going to go back to what they once were, which was like kind of like an afterthought.
right, and it's again, so that whole process was it turns out to
Listen, the
be for
process
nothing.
it did. I don't want to hear that it didn't do the right thing. The problem is you can do a process, but you got to have the right people in place to make better decisions.
And the result turned out to be the same before you did the process, a second run elimination. But yeah, like I said, it's going to take its time. We don't know what's going to happen from here. And a lot of people just have negative thoughts about our 76ers, about Joel Embiid. I mean, I'm happy the guy got married yesterday. Congratulations to him. But I mean, on the
I
floor
think you said
here,
thanks, Pat.
I don't remember. But
Now
anyway,
you want to trade me, and then you're going to ask me to you're gonna
gonna congratulate me.
pick a side, Pat, and stay on it.
Pretty much. So listen, again,
Hi.
again, we'll see what happens. But talking about the Birds, talking about the Eagles, there, Mike. Training camp is upon us. So, Mike,
What was it? Couple days away,
in
right?
a couple of days.
Well, the first practice I think is going to be Wednesday, right? They
Yeah.
report Tuesday. Monday, they report. I think rookies tomorrow, Tuesday the rest, and then the first actual practice will be Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, Mike, what are you feeling? Well, give me some of the positions you're looking at the key on.
Right
All
guard.
those,
Right guard.
things.
My focus.
Missionary.
Oh, hello.
Oh, Jesus God.
Oh, well, hold on a second. Wait, wrong show. I thought this was the Spice podcast.
Oh, here we go.
But go ahead.
No, right guard. Actually, I'm looking forward to it. I think a lot of people have anointed Cam Jurgens as a starter. I'm going to steal a line from my buddy Lee Corso. Not so fast, my friends. I still like Jack Driscoll to start next there.
What's up?
Diggs. What's going on, Diggs?
Yeah, go ahead.
But I think there's going to be some nice camp battles there. I like the running back battles too. There's a good chance I don't think Rashad Penny makes the team.
Yeah, they're talking.
I
They're
don't
talking
think,
Trey Sermon possibly over the top of him.
yeah, and you already know I've been pushing him for a year.
I said, look, I think it's a win-win. If one of those guys don't make the team, somebody
Listen, you know what
might
Howie's
be
going to
willing to trade him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was about to say Howie's like a lot of people are looking like, oh, why would you go get DeAndre Swift if you signed Rashad Penny? Because he knew if Penny he could flip Penny to get something, even if it's a later
Is he
round
really
draft
going
pick.
to flip a penny?
Yeah, flip a penny.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking at that. I want to see how these young DBs look. Can't wait to see James's boy Ringo out there. I want to see how he looks. I like the other kid too. The kid we got from Bama too, the unrestricted free agent. Yeah, his name.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, he was like one of the first ones they signed.
Mhm.
I'm interested to see how these boys look now once they get in. I'm interested to see how the Bama tackle looks. What was it our third? No,
Third round pick.
third round pick.
Yeah.
I want to see how he looks. Like I'm interested to see, man, because once they start popping, the games come. And then before you know it, dude, the season's here because they only play 3 games now. So it's like,
Right.
okay,
So again, it's going to be interesting to see. Again, I'm looking at the cornerback position. They're bringing Grady Williams from Cleveland.
I think he's going to be a steal. And Greedy can also play safety. He's
Right.
like him and Avonte Maddox are it's just where you kind of get your money out of them because they can do a duel. So I'm with you. I'm with you there, Pat.
Yeah,
That's-
it's gonna be interesting, man. Zeke McPherson's gonna be out there. So it's gonna be a really fun. I just can't wait to get started. Oh, there goes my man Joe Sullivan. He goes, the tackle from Bama is gonna be
Has
has
potential.
potential.
Yeah, Joey does. He looks like they always show the one play where he just roadblocked like 3 dudes.
Yeah.
It's like just ate them up.
So again, we're going to see some, see some reps from Jalen Hurts and all those, fun things. It's going to be
I'm not even looking forward to watching Hurts in the preseason. You know who I'm looking forward to seeing? Mariota. I'm interested to see how Mariota looks.
progresses.
And no, I want to see how he looks in this system. I want to see how he looks, because even our second offensive line is pretty darn good.
Right.
So, I mean, I would like to see him. Like, Mariota was running for his life last year, playing
Right.
for Atlanta. Like, he hiked the ball. He had 3 dudes in his face, and they're asking him to make chicken salad out of chicken,
Yeah.
you know what. So,
Mhm.
I don't know. I'd just like to see maybe Mariota play maybe a series or 2 just with our offensive line, see what he looks like when he has time to throw. That's who I'm interested because we know what we're going
We
to
are
get
a
from Jalen.
quarterback factory.
Right. We know what we're getting from Jalen. I want to turn around. I want to see what Mariota can do. So this way, if something does happen to Jalen and he does get nicked up, we know Mariota's going to be okay.
And he's serviceable.
Mike Kaepernick says Eagle safety position is where the battle will be. I don't know about that. They kind of signed, was it the kid from Pittsburgh, Trayvon Edwards. They signed him. I think they're going. I think the kid, the kid from what the hell's his name? That's who it was. Terrell Evans. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the other one. That was the one who he went to the Bears.
The Bears.
Terrell Evans. I think he's going to be your one starter. I think the other starter will probably be the draft pick. He will be in the mix for Ray Gordon.
Green Mike, guys are Mario will be playing.
I think Mariota came in for 2 reasons. A, you bring a quarterback in who you don't have to change the playbook drastically for. And B, screw you, Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
This is how you get Marcus Mariota without selling the farm.
Right.
Do
the deal.
I mean, you guys
tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm that's the only reason. But tell me there's not like a 10% reason in there. 10%. He's 90% here because they needed a backup quarterback, and they didn't like what they had with Minshew.
Right.
You're telling me they could have looked. There's not like a little there, Chip Kelly.
Yeah, but it's like a decade later.
Yeah, decade later.
Yeah, that's like you going, oh well, I didn't draft Joe Montana, but I'm going to sign him now. You know,
and look, he probably got a mature Mariota. But anyway, speaking of, and I'll go with you on this one. Outside looking in, how do you feel going into this Eagles season? How do you feel from the start now? To honestly, I mean, do you feel there's any kind of
listen?
There's going to be any issues.
I think. Well, listen, I don't know about issues, but question marks. Your biggest question mark to me is going to be the defense. How is this going to play out? Because it's a whole new. You have a new guy at the helm there. You have a lot of new pieces in there.
It's basically Gannon's. What I heard about Sean Desai is he runs the same exact defense as Gannon runs, except he's not afraid to blitz. He will bring pressure.
He also knows how to dress up a defense.
Yes.
So you're not going to know what's coming 10 minutes before it comes. Like he
Hard
knows
to
how to
read.
shift people around, make people go, oh, blitz is coming. No, it's not a blitz. Oh, they're going to fade back. Like they're going to go drop back into coverage. He knows how to dress up the packages, and he worked. Who he worked under. He did it in Seattle. I mean, it's not something that would be news to them. I like Sean Desai. I was very happy when it was Sean Desai who they chose. He was on my list there of guys I would like to see in there. Vic Fangio was my main one, but of course he's not. He was out of the running, and you got a guy who worked under Vic Fangio as well as worked with a really good Seattle defense. So
he worked with Pete Carroll.
So my thing is that's the question mark. I think this offense is going to be stellar. I mean, I don't see any reason outside of barring injury, knock on wood, that this offense should change or it should just grow and get better. I don't see Jalen taking any real major steps backwards. The O-line, the only thing with the O-line is it's going to go through changes, and you're going to go through aging. I mean, you got guys coming in to try to fill some majorly big shoes. Cam Jurgens, even though Jason Kelsey's in the situation, those are shoes that even if he is the next Jason Kelsey, they're not easy to step in. I mean, he's in a Hall of Fame center, which is not something you often say. Not a Wall of Fame, but a Hall of Fame center.
Right.
You got Lane Johnson, who now he's still going to be playing. A guy's coming off a core surgery not too long ago, and we know the difference between starting Lane Johnson and not starting Lane Johnson. The numbers
major
look
difference.
Yeah,
And that's, to me, is going to be my major X factor.
but I think the running back room adds so much more appeal to this offense and a lot more disguises in the offensive packages because you got guys like Penny, guys like Swift who can go out for passes. Kenny Gainwell, who really started to shine.
Yeah.
I mean, they put a lot of confidence in this young man, letting him play in the postseason, especially into the Super Bowl. So I'm excited. I just listen, and it's also look at the competition around them. Like in the NFC, who really scares you?
Dallas.
And even that doesn't scare me.
No, listen. This is where and you know me. I hate the Star completely, but you got to give the devil their due. They are going to be good. This is the third year. This is the third year. Oh my God!
See, we're becoming infectious. I don't.
Yes, I like it.
I like
not in a good way.
Anyway, you're saying who?
Yeah.
Dallas. I think Dallas is right there with the Birds. I really do. They are. Like as much as we
can't
hate
say
it,
they're right there with the Birds.
Oh, most definitely they are. Most definitely. They got all right. Where the Eagles may have them in running back, they got the Eagles in tight ends. They got two young tight ends that could go down the field. And what was the Eagles' biggest heel last year? They couldn't cover tight ends to save their butts. Okay, they got three wide receivers that they can throw the ball to. Michael Gallup's going to be better. He's a year removed. You know what I mean? I think Prescott's going to be better. Now, the only thing that might hurt them is Zach Martin might be, might be sitting out.
I don't know. I don't think he sits out, but you're not having a disgruntled
offensive lineman
as good as Zach Martin is. Yeah, I mean that's going to hurt. That's another team that their offensive line has aged. Don't forget either. They probably
but you know what? Theirs is not as far along.
My point is,
I study everybody in the East, man.
I know. I'm not saying you don't. I don't. I can't sit there and say 1A, 1B with them. I can say maybe 1 and 2.
Why? Their defense is just as good as ours, if not better. They got a better back end. Well, they have a better back end.
Well, I'll give you a better back end right now. Yeah, they do.
We have a better. I would say
better front than a better back.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, but offensively, dude, listen, they're going to be able. Wow, really? Did you just do that?
Sorry, just got a little excited when you're saying that.
Oh.
I'm not saying that the Dallas is terrible. I'm not being that.
But I think they're right there with the Eagles. I think they're 1A, 1B.
I kind of put Dak Prescott in that James Harden, Joel Embiid train. That he not as bad as Kirk Cousins under the bright lights, but I think Dak Prescott is a good numbers getter he's a good stat pattern. Okay. Because look at this. Let's look at their playoff run. They played against a really bad Tampa Bay team who squeaked their way into a bad division, and they lit them up. Right? They were better than them offensively. They were better than them defensively. They were better than them at special teams. That should have happened. The question then they got against a team that we walloped against a really good defense and they couldn't score. They couldn't score.
Listen, I'm going to keep it a being with you in that game. Dallas should have won that game going away. Dak probably had. I will give you your point there. Dak had a bad game. If they had Matthew Stafford as their quarterback, if Dallas had Matthew Stafford in that game,
how many times have you said about any
they would have
team?
blown the doors off of the floor. It would have been Dallas Eagles.
If the Vikings had Matthew Stafford at their quarterback, they wouldn't have got walloped by the Giants.
Yeah,
and we would have been playing Matthew Stafford Vikings. I mean, I get what you're saying, but that's a big difference.
But but you know what, too? Like, I just don't think Dak's going to have that bad of a year. I'll tell you, the team that nobody's talking about, and they're kind of like poo-pooing them aside, is Washington. I think Washington can give the Eagles some trouble.
Come along.
I think Washington's tanking. To be honest with you,
tanking for what?
No, I just think they're not going to compete. They're not going to. They were selling a team. And by selling a team, you make your numbers look good, right?
Mhm.
By making your numbers look good, you make your payroll look better. This is why they didn't go out and make any giant, big, splashy signings. They only have the big numbers on there. They tried trading away whatever they had on the big pieces, and then they bring in like their quarterback. Like the guy they're running with is literally the most unknown.
Actually, he's pretty damn good.
I'm not saying he can't be good.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
he's pretty good.
I just don't think Washington's in it to win it this year.
Well, they got
No.
2 really good running backs. They got a solid O line. I'm not gonna say it's a great O line. They got a solid O line. They have they have a really good tight end in Logan Thomas. They got 3 really good wide receivers. Yeah, and their defense is legit. Their defense is legit. I mean, I think they're gonna again. That's just looking at the 2 teams in our division. You still got the 40 Winers.
All right, can we ask? All right, since we're talking about the competition around, I can't put the 49ers as high up as everybody else does.
No,
No.
A few major reasons. Hey, who's your quarterback? That's a big who.
Yep.
Right. We just talked about that. But your defense, D'Amico Ryans is gone. Pieces of their defense are gone. Yeah, they made some signings.
Yeah, they took on one of our guys.
Yeah, but my point is, I don't understand this whole love. Can the Niners be good? Don't get me wrong. Can they be good with what they have? Absolutely. But they're a huge unknown. So right now, on paper, until I see anything, I can't put them. Now listen.
Yeah, Sam Darnold right now is probably going to be the starter.
Yeah.
Well, even though they said Purdy's making good time.
Yeah.
So, but I to be honest with you,
top 3 teams in the NFC right now.
Birds, Cowboys, and Vikings.
Now, I can't put the Vikings top 3. Tell me why. They've lost more than they've gained. They have one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver in the game. But who's throwing it to them? Mr. Choke Artist himself.
I mean, who else are you going to put there? You going to put Detroit there? Like, I'm sorry, I knew Detroit had a nice little run at the end of the year last year, but
Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers.
I think I'm just trying. I'm looking here.
Maybe Seattle.
I think I'm more afraid of the Lions than I am of the Vikings right now. Chicago's up and coming, but I don't know.
They're not there yet.
They're not there yet.
They're not there yet.
The Giants, I think, what you saw last year, a little bit of a mirage. As long as you got Daniel Jones, I think they're going to be better in some ways because you got Brian Daboll at the helm who's making moves. But at the same time, I'm not.
And with
I'm not afraid of them.
Yeah,
right
with
now.
Daniel Jones getting that big payday.
I think Seattle's a little scarier to me than the Niners, and they're not scary to me at all.
I'll tell you what, the Rams, man. I think the Rams could be.
The Rams could be
potentially,
but is Stafford? I don't know. It really depends.
Yeah, also New Orleans. New Orleans. I think New Orleans could be.
They're transitioning at best.
I don't know. I think they upgraded the quarterback, man. They ain't got Winston throwing interceptions all over the place, dude. They got their car. You know,
I'll say the upgrade there. I mean, they're going to be the best team in a bad division.
Good. And their defense. Well, I don't know about that, dude. I don't know about that. I think that probably be a real competitive division this year. You got Atlanta, who's up and coming. You got Carolina, that's up and coming. The only stinking team that's going to be in there is Tampa.
I don't know.
I think that'll be a 3-team. That'll be a 3-team fight in that division. I think our division is going to be. I think our division is going to be a 4-team fight. I don't think Washington as bad as people are making them out to be. And then you go to the North. The North, I believe, is a 2-team race. It's between the Vikings and the Lions.
Yeah.
Out west,
both teams that are getting better, but aren't there yet.
Yeah. Then, of course, you got the West. You got the Niners, the Rams, Seahawks. And Arizona.
Michael's saying Birds, Cowboys, Lions, Saints. The Saints thing, I'm not a 1,000 sold on, but if you're looking at the top 5, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's going to your NFC playoff picture.
Vikings, Seattle. I think Seattle over the Vikings if you're putting this in any order.
But
The Rams are burnt toast. I
don't believe
feel
that.
but I can understand where Michael feels that.
Mhm.
They would have to prove to me that they're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right now on paper, they have some
Dude, they
good,
just got like. You want to talk about a team that got rattled? They got hit with the injury bug last year. They got hit. Hey, Bobbert.
Oh, is that Bob?
Bobbert.
Oh, the Bobster.
The Bobster.
The
the
Bobster.
Bobster.
Oh,
That's
the
our
Rams
buddy
are done.
Bob's your
Hartnett.
uncle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was our old producer, Bobby.
Yeah, good guy. But
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sitting right here, and you're
I said
30-year-old.
old. I said old.
Yeah,
Keyword.
well, good old days. Screw you guys. I'm out.
Look, see what you did.
What happened? I do.
It's you. He didn't like that shirt.
You know that commercial?
I got-
the meme where the guy's with his girlfriend, but looking back.
I'm sitting there looking
That's
at
you guys right now.
Oh,
Screw
we
you,
just-
Bob. Just kidding, Bob. I'm messing with you.
So anyway, how about
Hold on
think
one second before you
Yeah,
can
whip it
transition here. Don't forget the show is brought to you by David R. Cherry, 610-565-0300. You get hurt at work, car accident, personal injury, criminal law. David R. Cherry is the man. He will fight for your rights. CherryInjuryLaw.com. The number again, 610-565-0300. And guys, good place to hang out on a nice Sunday afternoon. I go to Dolan's Bar, 24 East Stars Avenue, right in the Ridley Park section of Delaware County, right south the airport, right off 95. No matter where you're coming from, you can get to Dolan's, have a great time, quiz on music, great times. But you never know who's going to be sitting on the bar there because they have some ex-athletes you never just pop their way in. So enjoy yourself over at Dolan's. Go to dolansbar.com, check out all the happenings.
I mean, how much stock do you buy in Jordan Love with the Packers? I mean, he looked decent with a small couple sample size. So I don't know. I mean, if I don't think they're going to really miss a
Like,
beat out
listen,
there.
we all know the power conference is the AFC, but I'm just happy that our team, our Philadelphia Eagles, I think the Eagles and the Cowboys are the only two teams in the NFC
They're legit.
that can go toe to toe with the AFC. And the only reason I'm not trying to knock any of the Niners, but like you said, we have to wait and see who's going to be who's going to be a quarterback for them. If Purdy comes back and he's able to do that, then that is another team that can go head to head with all the
I'm
top
not
teams.
sold on Purdy either. Like Purdy to me was the best
Lightning in the bottle.
Yeah, and they played some not great defenses, and he was
lighting them
up. So I'm not saying they're saying he can't be a quarterback, but I wouldn't be popping the champagne on the.
I don't know, but I want
Purdy.
to be there on was it December 3rd?
Yeah,
yeah. I feel like that's a game that maybe P&M and the AM and should try to get tickets to go to that game.
I think we should just bring boxes and boxes upon. You know what the Eagles should do? One of the ultimate troll job. You know how usually they give things out of games and like when you walk in, they should get like. Do you ever see like those little tissue packages?
Yeah.
And like the little plastic wrap ones. Put 40 whiners on there, and then hand them out to the people as they're walking in. Oh,
it'd be great.
It'd be
the
ultimate troll job.
Did you hear them clowns? Did you hear those clowns this week? Another pop shot at Phil.
Like, all the time.
Oh, all the time. Like, dude, these guys are killing me. Like, bro, let it go. Let it go. You guys got your ass kicked in the game. If you're like, this is the best part about these 49ers, and it's not all 49er fans. It's just these two clowns that are on the radio out in the Bay Area. They put them up. These guys are saying, they think Philadelphia fans are scumbags. Listen, when you start talking crap, talking about you're going to come here and take over our stadium, dude, you open a can of worms. They open a can, and it's like, yeah, like here's the best part. How are you going to turn around and sit there and say, we're coming, we're taking over your stadium, yada, yada, yada. Then you get your ass kicked, and it's like, oh, they weren't real nice to us. Well, I guess not. That, it's like us.
Actually, what Mike's talking about. So there was a radio host, I believe, right, who said that, oh, well, I'm tired of this, that these scumbag Philly fans who come out and they embrace the scumbaggery of it. No. Listen, this goes out to you 49ers fans, and I've been holding on to this one for a minute. This goes out to all of them, 49er fans, the 49er media, anybody else out there who falls into this category, not just 49er fans and media. We are the monster in the closet that you've always wanted. If we're not the bad guys that you guys need, that's it. We're always the bad guys. We're good at being the bad guys. We're good at being the punching bag of fandom for the rest of the country. Let's just call it for what it is. Like, we're always the bad guys. You guys still you fall back on the throwing batteries, the Santa Claus maneuver, the whole 9 yards. It has been something, but we are, when you need scumbags, we're there for you. We're easy to point at. But when we act like, when we embrace it, because you don't want us to, we are upset, we're embracing it. Eat something.
Yeah,
Eat a certain body part.
Yeah,
That's where I'm gonna go.
Yeah, and it comes in a bag.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I'm sorry, but these dudes, like I said, they keep, we're going to be in this section. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Like, you're poking the bear. You're
Yes.
poking the bear. Just shut up. Come and enjoy the game. And here's the best part. You want to call us scumbags. You want to say that our fan base is tragic and this and that. The link has been open for 20 years. No one has died at the link.
Yep.
Nobody's been killed.
No.
Nobody's been stabbed. There been fights? Yeah.
That's everywhere.
That's in every NFL stadium across the country. There's fights. It just gets more publicized here. We haven't had one death. They want to talk about we had a jail at the old vet. Nobody was killed at the vet either.
No.
Nobody. So, but yet there's always somebody getting stabbed out at AT&T Park. There's always somebody getting stabbed at Levi Stadium. Okay? Dodger Stadium. That whole, there's always somebody dying out there. But yet we're so bad. No. Here's the thing. You poke us. We let you know how it feels. You got your ass kicked. It's been 7 months. Get over it.
And they still
see you later.
And so I'm not going to give any mentions, but like I'm friends with the dude, the one radio host out there who made the Eagles. After we lost the Super Bowl, I'm sorry, but who made it to the Super Bowl? You know what I mean? But I'm not even.
That's my favorite one. So, the people like, how the Eagles did the Super Bowl. A lot better than your team did, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've seen Giants fans take
outside of Kansas City fans a lot better than your team.
Yeah. Eagles smoked the Giants. Eagles smoked the Niners. The combined of those two teams only got 14 points. All right. The Eagles squashed them. But anyway, he goes out to, like, there was like a Phillies and Giants game. He's like, oh, this bum Giants, the bum Phillies. Oh, the Phillies. I'm like, you kidding? We're still having this song and dance. We're still crying. Are we still butthurt about the
I swear, I'm going to go online. I think we should all chip in and just send them a big box of Kleenex and have Edge of Philly Sports written on it.
I'm sorry, but if you're going to come into Philly, like you said, wearing all your gear,
I like that
and
idea.
if you're going to
no, listen, no,
no,
get it.
Hold on, you're going to come in here, wear all this gear, and
well, they can wear gear. Dude.
No, listen, hold on. So they're going to wear the gear, and then on top of that, you're going to sit there singing and do all your trash talking. What do you expect in Philly, though? Philly is the #1 city in sports passion. So what do you expect? And you're not going to get booed and all that stuff? I'm sorry. Oh, look at the Phillies fans. That's everywhere, like you said. You wear another team jersey.
It's been like that since the 90s. We have been, every time something happened in Philly, it was on ESPN. I worked for a guy, if you guys remember this far back in the early 2000s, where there was the older guys who got in a fight in the upper levels with the younger guys.
Yeah.
And I worked for that guy. The guy was an idiot. Just going to throw it out there. And they did something stupid and all that stuff. But because there wasn't Twitter and Facebook at this time, where people were now you can't go through your TikTok the Monday or the next Monday without seeing fights break out in every stadium in every city around this country. So we were just there first. That's it. You guys got swept under the carpet. But like I said, we were the monster you needed.
Right.
But when the monster came out, this monster.
Be careful what you ask for.
Because you know what? At that time, the monster wasn't that good. We were just an okay team that you paid for when you played, because we're going to make you earn it. You might beat us, but you're going to walk out limping with that W.
Right.
But now this monster's a good monster on the field, but all you can fall back on is it's because the team's not good. When our team's not good, this is all the media can fall back on. Oh, the fans are horrible people. No, they're not. You're an idiot. You have nothing else to say. You have nothing else to bring to the conversation.
We are the heels, in sports. They can't wait. it's like a 50-50. People love to see us dominate sports, and people can't wait for us to lose. They can't wait. And when they
Listen,
win,
I got a
win.
buddy, Flex. I got my buddy Tate. I mean, dude, he used to jab me every chance he get. Okay, he would stick me because he used to, he has his teams, and he would just turn the knife every time something happened. He would just do it. He'd be like, "See, told you your team wasn't good enough." There's just some teams, but again, our fan base rubbed him the wrong way. I understand. Looking at it now, being a little older, I understand that. Now, listen, when we go to one of these road trips, we go on there, we have fun, we, banter back and forth. But I mean, some of these guys that are coming in here, like, I don't like if we're going up to a game, we just go. Like, if we're going to Giant Stadium, we're just going to go.
Yeah.
I'm not letting Giants fans. I'm not going on their message boards going, "Oh, we're coming up, we're taking over."
Yeah.
No, we just show up and go to the damn game. These dudes made it a point to say, "We're flying in." And then one guy said he's coming back. Good. I hope you come back. And if you act like an ass, we're not telling you not to root for your team. If
Act
you
like an ass, you get spanked. That's what it is.
Listen, I think it's going to be a spanking. I think the Eagles are just sitting back going, "You'll talk this."
Yeah. So
All right, let's see you back it up.
Well, there's circle the Niners and the org. Here's my thing: it's not just the media and the fans. Just listen. I get when sports radio out there. Listen, what they got to talk about. Let's just talk about the Eagles and infuriate our listeners. So they're going to
and we'll get them to call in.
We'll get them to call in. That's
smart.
That's called for what it is. But it's the organization. It's the players. You guys are just pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic the way you guys. I mean, let it go. We were just talking on last Wednesday or the Wednesday before, 2 weeks ago. The whole field thing was brought up about the Chiefs and Eagles Super Bowl. And me, Fred, and Joe were on the show, and we said to ourselves, like, let's just talk about it. We've already kind of got past it. Where are you at now on it? And I said, listen, it sucked. It sucked that the field had to play a factor in it, but both teams had to play on it. I don't like it. I wish it could have went another way. I think the NFL was stupid for trying something new on the biggest day of the year. That is when you go consistency, not, let's try some new hybrid grass we got growing out here. That's not what you do. But Chiefs had to play on it. It neutralized one of our best weapons, which was those defensive ends and tackles. It is what it is. Even if they came out, I said, if they came out, there's like this report, this whole thing they found out. Oh, emails going out all over the place. Conspiracy that this was really conspiracy in the NFL to shut the Eagles down from winning the Super Bowl. It's not going to change anything. Just like the Houston Astros. They got caught. Did they take the World Series away from them? Are they going to ask? They're going to let them replay the game now?
You're right.
Nah, game's over, guys. We can't win that Super Bowl. We got to look past it. This team, you're talking about an NFC Championship game. You can't get past.
And that's,
we are talking about rent free.
And that's, again, you talk about.
I got my shitty boots up on their coffee table, and I'm enjoying every last second.
That's right. I like it. So, and again, with the Niners, they smell something. They see, this is the first time they got to see some real football competition. And they get to see, like, wow, they got a guy named Jalen Hurts who's going to probably dominate that league for this league for a long time, dominate the NFC. They can smell all the troubled waters. Oh, don't worry. We got to, we can match offense and off. No, they can't.
I'm sorry. I don't think they can.
No, they can't.
To me, they're a two-trick pony.
No.
It's Deebo Samuels and Kittle. Like, their running backs are like, they got rid of all their good running backs. All their good running backs are gone. You know what I mean? Well, I'm not sold on McCaffrey. Please give me a break with him. I want to see that dude play 2 full years before I give him anything. This guy couldn't stay healthy in Carolina to save his ass.
You're right.
But I look at it like this. I agree with Steve. I would love to see a Super Bowl in Philly. Just no snow.
As long as there's no dome.
No,
dome,
I don't want to work.
The only time they did that was with New York, and I don't think they'll ever do that again because it was New York.
Right. So, look, guys, we're going to conclude this show. I want to thank everyone who chimed into the show. Mike, of course, 1:30 baseball game. Phillies going on. What's the meal at them, my man?
I think I'm going to grill. I'm going to make some chili dogs. Chili dogs. Some nice chili dogs.
A good chili dog goes a long way.
Yeah.
It's absolutely.
And if it's for Pat, it usually goes a long way.
Oh, long and hard, my
And the
friend.
wrong way.
And the
Eh,
wrong way.
There's never a wrong way, Al. It's
What are
always
you eating?
I think you know what I'm thinking.
$20 pasta.
Yes, yeah.
No,
Pasta, guys.
I think I'm going to take a shot, a ride down the county square because my man, Philip, my man runs a pizza store out there. Told me to come check out his pizza, so I'm going to give his little his pizza shop a plug. He told me to come check one of the best pizzas in Chester County, so I might have to.
Bold
swing by.
statement, Cotton. We got to try this out.
Yes, it is. He
Philip, I need to try this pizza.
yeah. Well, listen, you sign up the gobbler, I'll come chew it down. So
Do you even chew? I feel like chewing's optional with you.
No,
It's
he
just-
just inhales.
in houses or it's 2 bites. I mean, it goes in easy. And, well,
right.
anyway, Al, what are we having?
Actually, it's my niece's birthday, so I'm going over, so I'm
Oh, there
guessing
you
it's
go.
pizza. My sister's not much of a cook, so I'm guessing it's going to be pizza and hoagies, so
Oh,
I'm
hey.
not complaining.
No, oh, hey. All right. Well, listen, everyone. I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday. Go Phils.
Yes, and for Pat Bernard, the meat swallower,
Well,
our
yeah.
producer, Al Safari.
Yeah, and real
Big Al.
fast, you can catch me on the Phillies finals. You got that today, the fighting finals today, and you got all across all the time at 9:00 with my
Yes,
man.
definitely make sure
Double
you
J.
check out our guys.
Oh,
Still
and
am,
we got
still
the 2 articles are out. Go to eopsports.com. The Union article's out
Yeah.
for last night's game, as well as the AEW
Collision.
collision article was out. So check that out too.
Yeah, we're always pumping things out here. But
So for Big Al and Small Pat, I'm Medium Mike. See you.